Hey guys, really important um, update on the animal activity, the strangeness going on. Um, the reason why I'm showing you MRMBB333's page is because if you hadn't seen his page before, which I'm sure most of you have, if you hadn't, I advise go over and check out his page. Um, everything here is very important that he does. There's not one video that's not important on this page. All right, and it's very key to all of us to understanding all different aspects of our earth. And he does a really good job covering things, mapping out the animal weirdness map. That's what I like to call it. It's a change. The animals are actually changing. We had the animal die off for 7 years. I recorded the history in my book, and I put them with the Bible verses that called for it. There's different animal die-offs that'll happen in different sequences, certain times, events. But the animals, what's going on is the animals they're changing. The ones that didn't adapt are falling out of the skies, washing up on the beaches, dying off in the fields. The ones that are adapting, now they're changing in different ways, though, ladies and gentlemen. They're not all doing the same thing. Some are acting like they're blind, like they can't see anything, because they're looking off in different directions when people are approaching them, as if like they don't know. And of course, you're not going to move. Just like you throw a blanket over a bird cage, they go to sleep. It's kind of that effect. You take away their eyesight, they've never experienced that before. They don't know what to do. And also the magnetivity, our magnetic shields, magnetosphere, and with these UVB and UVC rays coming in, it is altering the DNA and the chemical makeup of these animals. And there's a verse that I remember about the birds in the Bible, very important, which I'm going to be making a video on very soon. It talks about the birds gathering up and getting ready for the feast of the meat of us. Like literally they're going to eat the flesh of the humans. It tells you that in the Bible. And I think that these owls that he's been reporting, and there's been other reports of people being allowed to pick up the owl. Um, you have birds flying into the window, like they're like, okay, we understand. It seems like they're hiding from something, but it also seems like some of them are getting different types of eyesight, like they're seeing in different spectrums because these owls are looking in the window like as if they had never saw a human before. And they're looking in like as if they could see, because owls typically aren't supposed to be able to see in daylight, and especially through a window in the daylight. That's why they stay in the trees or whatever. Nighttime they come out and they grab their food. Everything's really quiet. You understand what I'm saying? They can hear their mouths to prey and everything else, just like that's what they're supposed to do. Anyways, it seems to be that they could see through the glass. It's like their eyes have changed. They could see differently. And it's very disturbing, that image, this photo that he's got here. Sorry about this. This image right here. If you haven't seen this video, guys, go watch this video. Wildlife update. Owls stare into office window. And there's a bunch of other ones. And also with this one here as well. And he has many videos on his channel covering everything. Um, and that's perfect. Uh, Perfect. Absolutely perfect. He's showing. Here's another one with the squirrels that are coming up to people. It's like some of them are becoming docile and turning to the mankind. Well, they are turning to mankind because look at the seasons. They're blending. The seasons are blending like God said they would in the Bible. And then the seasons are lasting longer. And then the seasons are shorter. And then they're colder. They're changing. Right now, we shouldn't be like this in upstate New York, still cold, with snow falling and shit still. The animals, they're coming out to eat. it's supposed to be getting close to planting time for certain places, and it has been planting time for certain places, but they haven't been able to get their crops in, their seed in. And you know what that does is that shortens up the crops because sometimes people get second yields out of the crops if it's a good year. Well, it doesn't look like this is going to be a good year. It looks like it's going to be less than a full yield this year for the crops. I'm just saying, the UVB and the UVC rays are going to destroy it all, along with the cold, the heat. Record breaking temperatures are going to be worse this year than you've ever seen, ever. What I'm telling you is get ready for what's coming. Some of these animals are going to turn on the humans and they're going to be fearless, and some of these animals are going to turn to the humans. Some of them are going to be violent and attack humans and animals because they're in search for food, or it's a number of all these things playing a factor. Some of them are just going crazy like the rabbit, but they're not. So we're seeing, I don't know, different variations of how shall you say that? The way they act. They're all acting different, and it's becoming more abundant. And if I were you, I would avoid the birds. Watch the birds. God said, look to the sky, look to the heavens, the sun and the moon and the stars. Did he not? All I could say is things are changing. The earth is about to go through abrupt earthquakes in so many places. So many places. There's so much to go. Damascus has to be destroyed, but I want to get this out. Jerusalem needs to be protected at all costs. I don't care what anybody says. We couldn't protect Damascus. I made a video about protecting Damascus long before the war. Okay? Damascus, the rest of the capital is about ready to be destroyed. They're going to have another false flag event, and they're going to destroy the capital because that's where Bashir al-Assad is, in Damascus. So when that's done, they're going to come for Jerusalem next. Okay? And I want to get this out there right now because I was going to do this video the other day, but I'm starting to see a pattern, like some anger being directed towards Israel right now. And I see China's banning the Bible. And I believe these other nations like Iran and all these other places, they're going to attack Israel's Jerusalem. And it said Israel will fall too. So people need to pay attention to that. I'm just saying, that's next. Jerusalem to be destroyed is next. Okay? Please pay attention to that. It's very important. I've been watching this. Before the third temple can be rebuilt, the second one has to be destroyed completely. And so doesn't all of Jerusalem. So we still got a lot of time yet, guys. We got at least a little less than 7 years before the second grand total solar eclipse X marks the spot. And believe you me, you don't want that to happen. But it's going to. And when it does, that's going to be the beginning of great, great birth. Not birth pains, but great birth. The earth is going to go through its dramatic change. Now, be of it what you will, make of it what you will. But we were warned about all these being the birth pains, all these weathers and everything that's going on, great stress amongst nations. We were warned. We were warned, people. So with that being said, I wish you all a blessed day in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.